Integral of x to the 5 dx. Well, firstly, we want to increase the indice by 1. So we'll have x to the 6, then divide it by the new power. Don't forget the plus c, because we have an unknown constant. So you can leave it in that form, or you can leave it in the form 6x to the 6 plus c. This one, we've got 3 terms. 3x squared, if we integrate that part, we'll have 3x, add 1 to the power, cubed, all over 3, plus 6x, add 1 to the power, so we'll have 6x squared, all over the new power, which is 2, and then minus 4x. The reason why it becomes minus 4x is because if you think of minus 4 as minus 4x to the 0, if we're adding 1 to the power, it will become minus 4x to the 1 over 1, which will just become minus 4x to the 1. Don't forget to add the plus c at the end. Let's tidy this up a bit. 3x cubed over 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we'll have x cubed plus 6 divided by 2 is 3, so we'll have 3x squared minus 4x plus c. And there's your answer. This question is the exact same, but in respect to s instead of x. So we've got 3 individual terms. This first one will have 6s to the power plus 1, which is 4, over the new power, minus 8s to the 16, as it's add 1 to the power, over the new power, which is 16, plus 7s add 1 to the power, so that's s squared, over the new power, plus c. Tidy this up a bit so it's a bit nicer. We'll have 3 over 2 s to the 4, minus a half s to the 16, plus 7 over 2 s squared, plus c. And if we want to tidy it up even more, we can actually take out a factor of a half. So we'll have a half, lots of 3s to the 4, minus s to the 16, plus 7s squared, plus c. The integral of sine x dx. For this integral, let's look at the table of derivatives on the right hand side. We've got the one we want right here, minus sine x. To go from this point to this point, the sign changes. So this is going to become a minus. It also changes to cos of x, plus the unknown constant, and that's our answer. This one we have 2 terms. For 1 over x, we can look at these 2 here. If we assumed we used this one, it would go back to ln kx. However, we don't know what the constant would be, so we're just going to assume it's this top one to integrate. So if we integrate this, this will become ln x. Then the minus 6e to the 3x. Well, I'm going to start by putting that minus in and just dealing with the 6e 3x. Well, we've got an e to the kx here that we're dealing with. This k is being multiplied by all of this. And this k is from the coefficient of the x here. So if we're integrating and going backwards, we're going to have to divide by that constant. So it's going to be 6e to the 3x, and we're dividing by this coefficient here, plus the unknown constant. And then let's tidy this up. So we'll have ln x minus 2e to the 3x plus c. We've got 2 expressions here again to go 4x cubed and cos x. Dealing with 4x cubed first, we want to add 1 to the power, so we'll have 4x to the 4, and then divided by the new power. Then plus, then cos x. Looking at the table of derivatives, we've got cos x here, and that goes back or integrate to sine x. So plus sine x. Then plus our unknown constant. Tidy this up a bit, so we'll have x to the 4, because 4 divided by 4 is 1, plus sine x, plus c. Trickiest one now, we've got sec x squared, plus 9x to the 8, minus 7 over 3, lots of sine 7x. The sec x squared, let's have a look at our table of derivatives on the right hand side. We've got that right here, sec x squared, and that becomes tan x. So it's a bit nicer than it looks. Plus 9x to the 8, we'll have plus 9x, add 1 to the power, which is 9, and then divided by the new power. Finally, we've got this part here, so I'm just going to take away first. Then we're just dealing with the expression without having to worry about the signs. Look at where sine constant x is, so that will be here. To integrate, or going backwards, the sign will flip, so there'll be a minus. It becomes cos of 7x again. And we're dividing by the constant, so we'll have 7 over 3 times 7 plus c. Tidying this up a bit, we'll have tan x plus 9 divided by 9 is 1, so we'll just leave us with x to the 9. Minus and a minus become a plus. 7 over 3 times 7, well 7 divided by 7 equals 1, so that will just cancel out to 1 over 3. Cos of 7x plus c. Just another trick if you're unsure how that worked. Think of it of 7 over 3 divided by 7. That will become 7 over 3 times 1 over 7. That ends up becoming 7 over 21, and that simplifies to 1 over 3.